Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin. You're listening to 267 of DangIT Prodcast. I believe it's 267. I could be wrong about that, but hey, I am actually just talking to you guys in a post recording. Hopefully, I'll get this guy up as a premiere video so you guys can talk amongst each other. It's like it's just a regular podcast. But the whole reason I have this set up is because, well, I'll be out in San Diego, and I don't really know how well the service is going to be versus how Las Vegas is going to be. So I'm just going to do this pre-recordedly, and I actually have no visuals on me right now, and not that you really need to see anything. In truth, I'm actually just in my underwear, so that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this. But it's also the night before Comic Con, in which case I just finished packing. Everything's pretty much ready to go, except for the usual hygiene toothbrush. You got to brush like in the morning anyway. So once that's done, pack it in, and once I get back from work, I will pick up my cousin. We'll head over there, and we're gonna have a good fun time over the weekend. Oh, I say it's gonna be a fun time, but in actuality, I'm actually just purposely throwing myself in a crowd of people, all going to one. Granted, it's a really large building, but when it comes to that many people, it ends up being a stampede. Well, not a stampede. It's just generally just a clusterfuck of just people just sweating and baby strollers. Why do people bring baby strollers? Why do you got to bring your babies there? Okay, listen, it's not like little Jimmy's gonna buy the next Funko Pop. Get out of the way. That one's mine, by the way. That's convention exclusive. But I don't know. I don't know why I just kind of brought that up. I guess that's one of my pet peeves. That and just people just stopping in the middle of walking, which intensifies even more so here at the convention center. It's not like your regular high school setting or anything like that. But yeah. So I just went on that weird tangent. I don't know where I'm going, but you know what? We're just gonna do this off the cup because that's just kind of how we roll here in DangIT Productions nowadays, huh? I remember that there was a time when it was a lot more structured, but then again, it kind of really wasn't. I just remember that back in 2012, I just got together with my friend Dennis and Angela, and we created DangIT Productions, almost like like the founding fathers with the Constitution, except it's just me saying, "Hey, I wanted to do this," and they're like, "All right," and then we just started the channel right then and there. Oh man, I'm already getting flashbacks of how we even started the first video. Have I ever told you guys about that? It was the first video was also, by the way, I'm sorry if you guys hear intensified like a lot of breathing. I've been trying to work on that, but it's not really working out, or at least rather I need to practice a little bit more. So I'm actually doing this recording like on my headset. If you haven't noticed already, it's the what was it? The HyperX Cloud Mix. It was that branded $200 wireless headset. Pretty much your go-to for everything you could do, like gaming or listen to music. And well, as far as music, it's not too bad. The gaming experience though is pretty cool because you actually do hear very specific like sounds, especially from the bass side of things. I remember that first episode of us playing Apex Legends. I was wearing this headset at the time, and I noticed the sound of footsteps like behind me. That's why I was able to just kind of like hide in the corner and wait for them to pop up, and I just started shooting at them. Was because I actually picked up the sound. It was crazy. Anyway, that's a little bit of a tangent. What I was trying to get to is something about Comic Con, right? No, it was about YouTube, but that's also a tangent within itself. I can't believe it. I've actually reached the level of just going on my own tangents. But I guess I get the same impression on everyone, or rather, I just imprint on everyone's behaviors. So I think that generally was a good thing. I feel that it's like if it was just me running the channel, I'd be so uptight, and it almost kind of went to that route early on in the YouTube days when I started to do vlogs and everything like that. And granted, I am doing vlogs right now, but these are a lot more freeform versus, hey, let's try to, while I'm still doing school, do a 1 minute like exclusive uh day daily vlog. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, let's just do daily vlogs that are exactly 1 minute. And I thought, oh man, that's gonna be so cool. It's gonna get all the vids. No. And granted, we don't really get that many vids anyway now, but is or views. Sorry, views. But yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, you know, I do remember that I have another episode of Fire Force that needs to be released, and I haven't really gotten to that. Dang it. That was a weird like mix between damn and dang it. I don't know where that was going, but I will definitely get that done. Probably next week. Yeah, I got a lot of things to do. I've been really focusing. I've talked about this before. I've been really busy with work and trying to find the balance and doing the whole time management thing. We've already went through this last podcast, but again, I gotta give props to my coworkers. Really, just give me the solid, give me the support they can possibly provide, the advice, and again, I just gotta emphasize it with you guys. A strong support group will really take you a long way, because at this point in time, and this is a new experience for me, I've been just or at least during that time, I was feeling really, like a better word, shitty. Yeah, yeah, that's the word, shitty. But it doesn't always have to be like that. And I learned that sometimes you can't really handle everything on your own. So it's always best to just ask for help whenever you feel like you don't have the confidence enough to push yourself forward. And, stuff like that. This, and that. The classic shonen anime trope. But, oh, actually, yeah, speaking of anime, there's something kind of bringing the entire thing back to Comic Con. Um, but also not so much. Let's talk about Ruby, actually. I know that's that was really weird, but hey, the reason being is that just got news on Twitter that Rooster Teeth is coming back to Comic Con, probably having their booth, maybe a panel here or there. But that's actually cool, considering that I actually met up with was it Lindsay and Gus at their particular their booth that one time. It was good God, was it like 2014 or something like that? So like maybe like 5 years ago that I actually saw them, or I guess maybe it would have been seven. Well, anyway, I don't remember exactly, but I remember that they did the shout out for DangIT Productions, and I remember showing that I believe in one of the other podcasts, and that's when Gabe lost it. That's literally the best thing about the whole experience is showing the after fact. But hey, I might buy some British over there. Anyone who's a fan of Ruby, hopefully you may have seen me. I'll probably stop there like Friday and Saturday. So hell, if you're listening to it now and you're in San Diego, you might see me walking around. Actually, speaking of which, give me a second. I remember that there was someone in the community who was actually at Comic Con, but I didn't know about it until like the last podcast. And I was like, man, dude, we could have done like a meet and greet or something. But yeah, but then again, like DangIT Productions isn't that big, so maybe it doesn't really matter anymore. Also, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I'm actually just pacing around the office room. This reminds me of the times when I was trying to think about how I would improve the channel. Those late nights during college days or summer in between college years, where I just focus solely on the channel and think about, what can I do to improve the channel here and there? And you know what? I haven't really thought about that in a long time. Mainly because, as I said, work. But I will get back to an equilibrium very soon. Very soon. Once I get my act together. But in any case, yeah. Shoot, is there anything else I wanted to talk about as far as Comic Con? Not a lot of, actually. It's weird, though, because when you think about Comic Con is just kind of it's kind of like I mean, it's almost sadistic, almost. Like, are you, like, I forget what, like a masochist? Masochist? Yeah, there we go. That's the word. Thank you guys. It's not like I can read you guys in the chat. I don't even know what you guys might be saying right now. But the fact is that, and I'm pretty sure everything I've talked about regarding Comic Con, I probably mentioned in the prior videos, but like, you just kind of throw yourself in there, right? Just throw yourself in there. You you end up getting like hot and sweaty, especially when you walk outside during like the summertime. And granted, Like it's at the coast, so maybe it feels cooler at that time. But from my experiences, you're just walking. You're walking everywhere you go, and not fun. Well, at the end of the day, you just feel sore, and if your nails aren't properly trimmed, you start to feel weird down there too. So, and also like the exclusives gone. Remember the whole story about the whole My Hero Academia posters? Damn, still regret that to this day. Dude, we stayed up. I'm sorry for just reiterating if you heard it before, but did we? My cousin and I, we camped out like twice just for these posters, only to find out that the inside people actually got in line and actually bought all 50 each day, which is oh bullshit. But I don't know. Now that I think back on it, it's just like, well, I think it'd still be worth it. But if I had known ahead of time, I would have just not do anything about it. But hey, at least we got a pin for purchasing anything else. And I still have that My Hero Academia Comic Con Pacific cover for Volume 1, which, even though I've read the, or watched the anime and all the episodes regarding like that entire volume, I still read that book and it still looks really clean. I still hold on to the idea that it just it's honestly a much better experience if you actually turn the page and read it for yourself instead of looking at it digitally. Digital is definitely much more convenient, but there's something about just the printing and the coloring of each page, and not like coloring as in like they actually hand draw the colors, but just the color of the page itself and the ink like placed on it. Just I think it just looks better, honestly. Oh man, actually, now that I think about it, just kind of jump back to Rooster Teeth. I think they might actually sell some of the manga stuff for Ruby since they're well, it's Rooster Teeth, so they might be obligated to just do that. So I might pick one up, maybe. Then again, they also have it at Barnes and Noble, and I have not even touched that. I'm like, yeah, maybe another time. But yeah, this is a couple things here and there. Also, going back to it, there's not a lot of stuff that I've seen, merchandise and whatnot. I'll probably buy something for sure. And that's another thing too. I'm sorry if I'm just jumping all over the place, but the fact that like not only you go to Comic Con just so you can walk with crowds of other people very slowly, by the way, end up sweating a lot, also spending a lot of money. That's the thing. You go there just to waste your money on collectibles that end up gathering dust, but we still go anyway because it's just really nice things to look at in the background. I mean, look at Venusaur. Has anyone like paid attention to Venusaur lately in the background of each like video that we make? That's great to see Venusaur. I might get Tyranitar just to complete the exclusive set. Well, I say set, but it's really just those two, Venusaur and Tyranitar, at the what was it, the UCC distribution? Yeah, they got some pretty cool knickknacks there. I say knickknacks. They're just a lot of collectibles and whatnot. Actually, no, those are really knickknacks. But everyone has their own interests. But there are other venues and vendors at the exhibit hall, so I always look forward just to see what they have on sale. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of things I'm quite interested in. Actually, oddly enough, if it isn't something I really like, I kind of like more just downside like petite type collectibles or T-shirts. I don't know. They're easy to collect and you can definitely showcase them. That's why I like the pop figures a lot. But granted, I know that there's some people who don't even care for them and they would prefer like a much more bigger size. Um, I think Bluefin does a lot of well, not like scaled size like because they have Gundam stuff, but a lot more detailed action figures. And if that's to your liking, then you can definitely go for that. But yeah, I guess I have to wait and see if they have anything. Oh, dude, I have to say, and because you guys already know this, if I see Capcom or any other distributor who has like a lot of Mega Man merch, I might have to drop in for that. Speaking of which, I should also get some cash on me to actually purchase stuff. Here's the thing. Here's something you should all consider. If you ever want to go to a convention to buy stuff in mass from different distributors, you want to use cash. don't use the card because you end up getting that phone call saying, "Hey, so we need you to verify this. We getting a lot of charges on your card in bulk amounts." So, needless to say, I remember that was one of those. It wasn't even Comic Con, but it was one of the vlogs in which we were visiting Seppi as a surprise, and then you saw me. I think I was just like away from the guys, and I was taking a phone call because I had to verify all the purchases, and that took a while. Ooh, so yeah, learn from my mistakes. Don't just don't buy things with card, or at least try to avoid it. Oh, but you know what? All the things I've talked about as far as like the bad things about going to Comic Con, as far as like, oh, you're just gonna be with people, you're wasting money, you're you're spending on good things aside from figures. You're spending on food. Just when you go to a place and you just spend it on good food over there, it completes the experience. There's nothing else like it. It's just it is what it is. It's just good food. I just remember still my favorite thing. Oh my god. No, all the memories are rushing back to me. Let me just try to organize it. Um, I forget the place, but it's I think it's in the what do they call, the Gaslamp district? I never really caught on to it, but there was this place. They had oh, you know me with mac and cheese, but yeah, it was just mac and cheese with but shoot, I don't remember what it was though. Ooh, it's gonna kill me. But yeah, just plus with really good mac and cheese. I do still remember um that like alleyway like bar that had like great food as far as just like for munchies and whatnot. And I remember the whole story about that one guy totally drunk out of his mind. Uh, he tried to help us with our order, and just to recap, and evidently because he was drunk, he was just like, "Oh man, dude, like, I'm so sorry it's taking so long." Like, and he goes on his life story, and then eventually he gives us like all like shot glasses just filled with beer because I guess why not? I guess we're out of like the good stuff, and then he proceeds to spill my cousin's drink. Oh man, but um, I forgot what kind of fries they were. They were like topped with a whole bunch of stuff like mushrooms, cheese, onions. It was just like, ooh, that was really good. It was actually really, really good. I wonder if we can ever go back there. But in any case, there's a lot of good places to eat over there. Oh, another great memory of Comic Con actually was that first year. Really, the first year where I pretty much almost went through the entire weekend not ever spending a single penny on food because we had the continental breakfast provided by the hotel that we went to, and then when Elder Scrolls Online was shoot, what's the word? It was being promoted to, like these food trucks. They had these sandwiches and also like a little small, what I call it, a quart of ice cream. Anyway, it was just like a little tub of ice cream that I had for lunch, and then I think dinner was also covered by me, or well, someone covered me. I don't know how the circumstances came about, but yeah, that was crazy. Good times, good times, and they always keep on going on, or at least it keeps going. There's oh man, now that I'm thinking about it, I've done several like vlogs for Comic Con, so I'm trying to figure out what's different with this one because you guys probably have picked up on how I've been doing these vlogs now. It's usually a lot of B-roll, and I kind of want to do something slightly different, but I also am still not quite comfortable like filming like me, even though it just probably be on the GoPro, which will be a great actually addition to just filming stuff because it's a small little thing. Uh, it's just like a twinkle in people's eyes as they pass by, but just it's still weird for me to point the camera at myself and talk to it. Well, actually, not so much talking. It's actually pointing it at me, knowing that everyone else can see my see my dumbass just talk to a camera like it's the world. But also, it does make that connection too. I'm just really weird in public still. Like I could still talk to a stranger, but I don't know. Like when you do an act like that and then you proceed to talk to someone, I mean, granted, there's some people who have the mindset of like, well, uh, it's not their life, so why would they bother with it? Or at least why should I care about what they think? Which is a really great mindset. Although that's still not something I have been able to adopt since then. So unfortunately, that really doesn't apply to me. But props to those who are able to just kind of film in public. But shoot, was I gonna add anything else? I'll find something else. I'll find something out with using the GoPro. I'll try to change it up a little bit so instead of like just seeing like all the sights and stuff, you can actually see like the mindset of like where I'm trying to go and everything like that. Because I think that's the one thing I've been missing is just giving you guys some kind of experience to what I'm actually doing instead of showing you bits and pieces of like where I'm just walking around. Because well, actually, granted though, it's a lot of stuff. Like, oh my god, and considering the GoPro's batteries, it's not really that great. So, I mean, again, I'll try my best. Although charging all the GoPro batteries is, oh, that's a hassle within itself. Anyway, not to just kind of discourage me from doing that, I'll still work on it. Ah, man, it's just maybe I should go to bed now. I know this is a rando thought, but yeah, maybe I should go to bed now. Maybe just like quickly export this, put it on Premiere, and just upload it as is. Or hell, actually, just put it on like iMovie and just call it a day. Just export it, upload it, and see where it goes from there. But yeah, I no, I think that is pretty much it. I know this is a pretty short podcast, but then again, it's nowhere near as short as some other podcasts we've done. But it's certainly a short one. I don't know if I had ever talked like the full hour when I was at that line for Nintendo's booth, or not booth, but the I guess their player area that they have every year. I wonder what they can actually do this time, because last year was definitely Smash Brothers, and I had the pin for that. Uh, Thanks to one of my friends over there, but it's going to be interesting to see what Nintendo has in store, and I'm really curious to see like what Capcom and what Xbox. Xbox was actually just a merch store instead of like a play area, and then what's going down with PlayStation, and of course Nintendo has their little area, but the Nintendo Lounge is definitely where it's at. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna be doing. So I don't know. I'll report back. You guys will see it in vlogs. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed listening and also maybe just like doing things on the side. Um, in any case, yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. This was actually really strange because I've done a couple of takes of this one. Yeah, a good number of takes. And I was just trying to plan it out. And turns out just the spontaneous route is the way to go. So, hey, props to that. Hopefully I didn't bother you guys with all the breathing in and out, and I'm not sure if you guys are hearing me just kind of like mess with the cord since it's pretty much my headset just connected to my iPhone. And yes, I had to use the dongle to make the adapter work. But yeah, alright. I think that's pretty much it. No more delays. I need to go to bed, but also maybe upload this on the meantime. But yeah, alright, ending it here. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. It's episode 267, I think. My name is Justin. Sorry, I don't know why I'm tripping over. My name is Justin, and thanks for watching or listening. I'm really all over the place. I'm gonna go to bed now. Hashtag bye, everyone.